Yes. Good. So we're going to look at this other question of cash flow statement. It is happy time limited, happy time limited. This is the question that I want us to look at. Happy time limited. So somebody is just giving me a signal that they are able to see the question. I usually don't try to leave anyone behind. I know when you are left behind to Kianzia, you'll be outside our bus until the end. You'll be outside our bus until the end. So please confirm that you are able to see the question. Alon has already forwarded the question in the group. Are you able to see the question? Are you able to see the question? Are you able to see the question? For the new students, for those people who are joining us for the first time, to give a signal, you use Y for yes, N for no. If you're not able to see the question, you put N for no, so that we are able to see where is the question, where is the queen, where is the queen, the question. Lynn, the question is in the group. The question is in the group, in the our WhatsApp group. Lynn, you need to look at our WhatsApp group so that you're able to Immaculate is confirming that she's able to see the question. Let me get those confirmations. I don't want anyone to hang. Otherwise, once we start, we're just moving forward. Lynn, we are waiting for you to confirm. Okay, thank you so much. So if Lynn has seen that question, I think now we can proceed. All right. So the question reads, the following information was extracted from the financial statement of Happy Time Limited. We are given income statement for the year ended, that is June 2017. That is the income statement starting from revenue, cost of sale, and then you add any other revenue that is available. Then you subtract what? Those expenses. After which you are going to get what? A profit for the year. Then if there is dividend, you pay dividend. Then you continue. What paper are we working on? Esther, please. Just look at the question that had been shared in the group, Esther. Just look at the paper that has been shared in the group. Esther. And then confirm whether you're able to see that paper. That is the paper that is the question that we are doing. Are you able to see that, Esther? Are you able to see that? All right. Examiner still gave you a statement of financial possession as at the same date, that is June 2017. You can see what we have there. We have for year 2017, 2016. So class, please remind me, which is our current year, which is our previous year, which is our current year, which is our previous year. And in other words, which is our brought down year, which is our carried down year. You need to always be ready. Examiner will always confuse you. You can see the examiner is starting with the 2017 and then 2016. So which is the current year between the two? Which is the current year? Current year is 2017, current year 2017. Yes, that means the previous year is 2016. The balance brought down items will be under 2016. Therefore, thank you so much for that. So we can see those items. The items are very well indicated there, starting with the PPE, going to current asset, where we have all those items. And then what else do we have? We have equity and liability and such until the end. Then examiner was very fair here. He gave us an additional information regarding our PPE and equipment, property, plant, and equipment. So we have some details regarding the same: cost, depreciation, net book value, and then for both year. In fact, we were given for both year, and with that information will really guide us on what we want. Then we have two plant disposed of during the year, that is June 2017, had an original cost of 18,200 and accumulated depreciation of 6,300,000. The disposal proceeds amounted to 5110. The disposal proceed amounted to 5110. So that means Our proceeds already we know. Our proceed already we know them. It is 5110. Our proceed already we know it is 5110. So that is a free mark, a direct. Who can tell me where we record that transaction? Proceed on sale. Where do we record? Remember, we have three activities. We have three activities and a cash flow. Under which activity do we record the proceed? The 5110. That is a free mark. It does not need any working. Where do we record? Under investing activity. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, that is a free mark that we're going to indicate. Then we are told dividends were declared before the year. The dividends were declared before the year. The dividend were declared before the year. In this case, we're going to compute our dividend because I showed you how we compute the dividend. So class, let's solve this. This is Happy Time Limited. Happy Time Limited. I can just proceed with this. Happy Time Limited statement of cash flow. I'm waiting for Esther to confirm something. Statement of cash flow. Cash flow for the year ended. Mwaka iliisha. For the year ended, that is June. That is June. It was 2017. So class, as usual, 2 column. Shillings should be in thousand. Please always check. Please always check. Always check. Always check. Our shillings are in thousand. Our shillings are in thousand. You eliminate 30 so that you are able to. And once you eliminate 30, please note here, once you eliminate the 30, the items in the additional information, they are given without elimination of what? The 3 zeros. Therefore, you have to eliminate the 3 zeros. So if you see like an item you're given, except for the additional information number 1, that one already they have eliminated. When you look at the other one, additional information number 2, the 18,200,000. So when recording, you record 18,200. The 5110,000, you're going to record 5110. That is it. So we start with the first activity, which is cash flow from operating. Cash flow from operating activities. Cash flow from operating activity. To scare the examiner, you need to have that. Profit before tax. Let me call it PBT, profit before tax. Now, can somebody give me profit before tax very fast as we move? I want us to go to the adjustment of non-cash item. Once we are through with that, we go to changes in working capital as we move forward. Somebody is giving me this. Jane amenipatia 25,032. Do you people agree? Do you people agree that profit before tax is just a free marks of 25,032? 25,032. Do you people agree? Do you people agree? Yes, I can see people are in agreement. Then we go to maybe before we move to the next part. Class, assume examiner did not give you profit before tax. Examiner give you profit after tax. What are you going to do? To cry during exam? No, you cannot do that. You cannot do that. Once the examiner give you the profit after tax, what are you expected to do? What are you expected to do? In fact, in this case, the examiner will give you the income statement in a statement form. Hatakupatia ikiwa hivi venye iko. Atakupatia in the statement form. I can see what good people are telling me here, like George and Naomi. They are telling me that I should add back tax. I should add back tax. Asante. I know that profit before tax, less tax is when I get what? Is when I get what? When I does this, is when I get my profit after tax. I want people to be very keen here. Examiner wakati mwingine atakuconfuse. Unatia profit after tax na hujazoea. My friend, what you do, you come and record your profit after tax here. You come and record profit after tax where? Hapa. Now, when you are adjusting, remember to add back what? Add back what? Tax expense. When you are adjusting. So under adjustment for non-cash item. Kuna wengine walikuwa wananiuliza mwalimu, why don't we add it here? Just direct. Hapana, fuata kwa adjustment kwa sababu una adjust. Adjustment or for non-cash item. We just use for non-cash items. Adjustment for non-cash items. This is very important. Now, in this case, in this regard, you're going to do what? You're going to add tax expense here. When you add tax expense here, that means you have taken this, you have added tax expense, so you have returned it back to the profit before tax. Please note that. It is important. So in our non-cash item, if somebody can remember the abbreviation DAL-G, DAL-GF, DAL-GF, where they start for depreciation, never struggle here. Impairment, impairment of asset, of course. And then to gonna amortization. Amortization, we have loss on sale of assets. We have gain on sale of assets. Then to gonna finance cost. Now class, what I said, once you get our profit before tax, just look upward. Unaangalia juu kidogo. Unaangalia kama uko na easy items. Do we have any? And if yes, yangapi? Do we have any? Just check. Above the profit before tax, ndio unaangalia kama ziko. Kama kuna any, unaweka as you move on. Remember kwa mtihani, tunataka usonge na time. Tunataka usonge 3 hours. So tunaambiwa kwamba tuko na finance cost ya 868. Let me check. Tuko na finance cost ya 868. Finance cost. Exactly, I can see I'm having a free mark here. Now, how do I treat that under cash flow? Remember, hapa ni kwa income statement. How do I treat it? We add exactly. Since it reduced our profit before tax, we have to add it back because we want to adjust this profit to its normality. That was not the actual finance cost paid. It was not the actual finance cost paid. So if we had a gain, above what we have, remember gain is added in our income statement. Therefore, we could have subtracted it here. We shall look additional information and see whether we shall be having gain. We move because beyond or above my PBT, I don't have any other item. I know other item will be provided down there. Allow me to move to working capital management. Changes in working capital. Oh, we have that in financial management. Okay. Changes in working capital. Somebody to remind mwalimu. Working capital. How many items do we have here? Don't tell me the item because we can have more than what you think. We can have more than 3. Thank you, George. George is telling us leap. Yes, exactly. And I'll use that. I'll just use that. Thank you so much, George, for abbreviating it very nicely. Not rest in peace, tafadhali. Not rest in peace, but this start for receivables, inventories, and then we have payables. Now, class, I want to add you something here. If you have accrued expenses, which is under our current liability, please, we also put it where? We also put it at that point. We also put it at that point. So don't just say ni hiyo. Ukipata kuna accrue usishindwe kwenye utaipeleka. Sijui if in our case we have, I don't think that we have. I can see we have account payable, proposed dividend, and so on. So hatuna. So in this case, who can remind me when it comes to asset? When it comes to asset, how do I determine whether they sold or maybe they did what? They added some debt, or they sold something on credit. How can I identify that when it comes to asset? Assets, George, assets. We, hapo ukikosea utakuwa umeramba chini sana, eh? Asset. Yes. OC, opening minus closing. OC, opening minus closing. Opening minus closing. So there's no need of thinking of to check whether what they did. You just use that formula. Tafadhali. OC. When it comes to asset, here, we just use OC. Now let's do that to get for receivable. CO George ni ya hii inaenda na CO. C minus O. Haya, twende kwa the first one, receivable. Nipatie receivable, and we said once you are using this format, you put what you get the way you get it. Kama umekuja ikiwa negative unaweka. Napata negative 4800, ni 48 ama ni 49. Negative 4900. I was getting 4,900. I wish that kila mtu ana contribute. Opening. Can you check the opening is mwaka ya ngapi? 2016. And ujue hii ni catch ya examiner. Yeye kuweka miaka hivi, hii ni catch. Anajua during under room temperature, kuna temperature very hot. During that time, you are doing that exam. Therefore, for you, unakumbuka tu, silikuwa OC opening, unachukua hii ya kwanza ati opening. Itakuwa umeramba chini juu, unakuta kwamba mwaka yenye amekuwekea mwanzo, hiyo sio the previous, hapana, ni current year. Sio opening. Items under that year, the first year there, they are not opening. Hapana, usichukue venye iko. You have to check the years. And I can see now people have identified how we are supposed to do it. So we're getting 4,900. That is an outflow. That means what? Tulifanya nini? Tuliongeza made. Tuliuza on credit. Tuliendelea kuuza on credit hiyo mwaka. What about inventory? Let's go to inventory. How I wish kila mtu amefanya. Remember what I usually say, that this is your training field. That is your training field. The chat box, the small chat box down there, that is your training field. People are giving me 3,500, which was a negative. Still, that means we purchased more stock during that year. So if you look at the opening stock, what we had, if you look at the opening stock and the closing stock, this means that we purchased. Here means that we gave. But reasoning like that, please, during exam, we pata marks yako ukisonga. Let's go to the payable. Account payable. It is found under current liability. Class, hii ni swali yenye unaweza chafua haraka. George anatupatia 700, which is a negative 700. I don't have to question. What I have to do is to get cash flow after changes in working capital. I abbreviate that. For you, you can put it in full if you have a space there. And then I come and less what? Less tax paid. Sasa hapa class, if you good enough, you can guide me here. Interest paid. Hii ni marks za bure kabisa. Hizi ni marks za bure kabisa. Examiner anakupatia hapa marks za bure. Now, class, tax paid. Who can tell me the taxes that was paid? The actual tax paid. Tuangalie kwanza. When you are looking at this, you need to check. There is a tax that is in the income statement. And then you go and check the tax, whether there is a mention of tax. Under which section? a mention of tax under which section? Current liability. George, I can see George, we are together. Yes. Now can we check? So if there is no tax, we just pick the tax that is in our what? In our income statement. So I just go direct to the current liability and check whether there was. Who have seen that? There was tax payable. Tax payable. Have you seen that? 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 I wish that everyone is able to see. Please, please, please. Once you get that there was tax, that means there was tax that was not paid. There was tax that was not paid. Now, does tax have a debit balance or a credit balance? When I mention that, you understand what I'm asking. Does it have a credit balance or a debit balance? Tax. Wow, people are getting the concept. Yes, yes. Always remember dealer. Always remember dealer for the new student. For those people who are joining us for the first time, this is your bullet here. This is your bullet here. This is your bullet, tafadhali. Na wengine wanaongezaga hapa. This is accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. Revenue. This is equity. This is liability. So all liability. So easy. All these have a credit balance. They have a credit balance, tafadhali. Tafadhali, tafadhali. Usikai stuka, usikai take a lot of time to kufikiria. Drawing. Expenses. All expenses, they have a debit balance. Hii kitu nitarudia mara kadhaa because this is the backbone. Then we have assets. All assets have a debit balance. Debit balance. We have a debit balance. So you people, you are correct because you have said tax is a liability and it has a credit. Therefore, I need to come up with a T account, tax payable. Tax payable account. Tax payable account, of course, this is my debit, this is my credit side. Therefore, balance brought down when we talk of credit balance, this brought down the tumeleta wapi on the credit, brought down on the credit. And then, of course, I know that it will be automatic here. It will be balance carried down. So who can give me the balance brought down? Aya, hii ni rahisi sana. Give me the balance brought down. Just check. Tumesema unaenda wapi kwenye tax iko. Kwanza. Ni ngapi? Napata 47.95. 47.95. 47.95. Yes. 47.95 from now. 47.95. Then carry down equal 2017 equal 72.80. 72.80. Then we have a tax in the income statement. Where do we record? On the debit or credit side? On the debit or credit side? Credit side. How much is it? Tax, income tax expense, 72.80. 72.80. So you come here and put from the income statement, there is this tax of 72.80. And then after that, I don't think, kama tulikuwa na deferred tax, still unaileta hapa. Deferred tax. Tulikuwa na deferred tax. Itakuwa pale kwa under non-current liability. Non-current liability. Still the brought down ya deferred tax unaleta hapa. Una combine your tax account yote. The tax account yote. Note that. Now balance for me this account so that we get the tax paid bank. So italipwa through bank. Najua balance ni hapa juu. Already hii ni 72.80. Okay, imelime 72.80. Sawa. It's okay. Imeingia kama ni the same So give me that. 47.95. So ina remain tu kwa 47.95. Yes, 47.95. Thank you so much, because I can see ina hii ndio ilifanya nini? So this will be 47.95. Unaona ina hizi zinafanana, so that's why our tax paid will be this. Our tax paid will be this. So you can balance here. Balance here. So our tax paid here will be 47.95. Is it an inflow or outflow? Inflow, outflow? Inflow, outflow? It is an outflow. It was paid. Wow. Now, class, we move to the next item, interest. We go to the interest. Interest paid. Sasa nataka tuangalie interest paid hapa. Interest paid hapa iko ngapi? Haya, you just go direct to the current liability and check whether there is interest. If they have not mentioned interest and the current liability, please, the interest that was in our income statement, that means that is the interest that the actual interest paid. Do we have anything, any information regarding interest under current liability? Just check. Do we have? Tukonayo kweli? Hatuna. I cannot see. Therefore, the 868, it was the actual interest paid. 868 is the actual interest paid. But please note, if there was something in the current liability section, you could have done this way. Ungefanya hivyo ili uweze kupata nini? Ili uweze kupata the balance hapa, of course. So first of all, please give me a signal. Give me a signal whether up to that point we are together. We together up to that point. We together up to that point. We really together up to that point. We together. We together. Kupamoja hadi hapo. Kupamoja hadi hapo. I just want to know whether we are together, so that at least we are the same page. We are the same page. Are we really together? Are we really together? Are we really together? Good, thank you. So we proceed. We proceed. We proceed. We proceed. We proceed. We proceed to, remember here we can now get net cash flow. Net cash flow from, this is operating activity. Operating activities. Under which column did we say that we put our net? Under column 2. Interest paid is finance cost. We won't use the that in cash flow from financing activity. Cash flow from financing activity. Interest paid is finance cost. We won't use that. Yes, we're not going to use it under financing activity. Of course, what we use under financing activity is dividend paid. Yeah, I show you how we shall use that. So let's just move on to the next activity. Next activity, hope it's visible here. Shillings 9,000. Shillings 9,000. Is it really visible? Yes, it is visible. Asante for your sorry, Princess. So we have cash flow from investing activities. Sasa class, kuna hii additional information yenye ilikupatia proceed direct pale. Hiyo proceed wewe unaleta hapa kabisa. Hiyo proceed unaleta hapa kabisa. There was disposal. Plant disposed of during the year that had an original cost of that and accumulated depreciation of that. The disposal proceed. Interest paid iko wapi? Interest paid iko wapi? Jackie, just check from the income statement, the above section, income statement. Hapo utapata finance cost. Ndio hiyo finance cost. Yes. Interest paid ndio finance cost. So tuko na proceed from sale of plant. Hiyo ni direct free mark 5110. That is an inflow. 5110, that is an inflow. That is an inflow. That is, if is finance cost a synonym of yes, Yes, Naomi. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you that. Yes. Finance cost, interest, that is the same thing. Yeah. Now, class, we want to know, to look at whether there was acquisition here. We want to check whether there was acquisition. Tunataka kuangalia kama kulikuwa na acquisition hapa. So we can have the PPE account and see PPE account. We can have it either at cost or at net book value. We can have it either at cost or at net book value. For example, if I look at what I have here, property, plant, and equipment. Property, plant, and equipment. Property. So I want us to prepare an account here. Hapa sasa ndio nataka mtege masikio vizuri so that we're able to understand. Hii concept huwa inachanga watu. So just check. So we have PPE in the balance sheet, whereby we have the starting balance was 101,500, and then the end we had 127,120. 127,120. Then when you look at down there, tumepewa ya kila moja, tumepewa ya property, tumepewa ya plant, tumepewa ya property, tumepewa ya plant. So I think they want us to separate them, of which we can do that. We can do that if that is what they want us to do. So we can maybe start with what we have here. We can start with what we have here for property. Maybe you can prepare the property account, Let's prepare property account and also the disposal account. And disposal, of course, yes. Okay, and also disposal. All right, let's prepare this. A property account. Property. So this debit, this credit. So this property is an asset. It has a debit balance. So balance brought down, balance carried down. Yani ukishaandika hivyo, umeng'oa nanga. So for the balance that was brought down, look at additional information. The year 2016 was 58,800. 58,800. What was the balance brought down? Carried down. Balance carried down. What was the balance carried down, class? Balance yenye ilikuwa carried down ya hii ni ngapi? How much? 78,400, is that? Yes, 78,400. 78,400. Good. And then we can have, do we have accumulated depreciation? Yeah, we have accumulated depreciation here. Accumulated. Hii ndio itatusaidia kupata kama kulikuwa mpaka na disposal. Depreciation. Accumulated depreciation. This is, it falls under liability section. So balance that was brought down was 9,100. Balance carried down ilikuwa 107, 10,780, 10,780. Accumulated depreciation. So having the two, I want us to look at any other thing that is affecting. Remember, we are still under property. So for the plant, still tutafanya the same. So we want to look at, we want to see whether there was a purchase. Kulikuwa purchase ya property kweli during the year. Hiyo ndio tunataka kuangalia. Kulikuwa purchase ya property during the year kweli. That is what we want to check. So any other item that is touching this, just check under equity. Unaweza angalia pia under equity. Under equity, you can check. Is there any other item that was affecting us here? Kunayo kweli? Kunayo kweli? Yes, nimeona. Liberation reserve. reserve. Revaluation reserve. I don't know whether you have seen that. Revaluation reserve of 35. Na hii mwaka ingine hakukua. The 2016 hakukua. So there was revaluation. Yeah, in fact, it's a gain. When you look at the start, we did not have. At the end, tuko na 3,500. It's a gain. Revaluation gain. Revaluation gain. Revaluation gain. Hiyo ni mzuri pale. So tutaiweka wapi? In our property account. Where will that fall? Somebody in our property account, where will that fall? Debits. Yes. Revaluation will increase our what? It increased our property. So the revaluation gain, we're going to do what? We are going to put it under. We're going to put it under. We're going to put it under revaluation gain of 3,500. If I look at this account here, nikiangalia hizi account hapa vizuri, if I look at the account vizuri, naona kwamba hakuna any other thing that inakuja ku affect my property. There is nothing that is attached to my property. There is nothing that is attached to my property. So I can balance my property account and see whether there was acquisition. I can balance my property account and see whether there was acquisition during the year. So this side, na hii side, ni gani iko na mingi? So let's balance this. And then also this one, we can balance to get our depreciation. We see whether we can get our depreciation. See whether we are able to get our depreciation. So balance for me. So this side, na hii side, credit side na debit, ni gani iko na mingi kwa property account? Property account. Yes. Aya, tuko pale. Naona ka 78 iko mingi eh? Hii 78,400. 78,400. So whatever that we get here, there was acquisition of how much? 16,100. So there was acquisition of a property. So acquisition of property, you go to this side. Acquisition of property. Property. Ilikuwa 16,100. So if we acquire, what happened to our cash? Increase or decrease? Yes, debit, yes. It is an outflow. Pesa yetu imefanya nini? Imetoka. So the reason why I've decided to separate property and plant is one, there is something which happened to our plant. There was disposal. Disposal. What can we get now? The depreciation. Remember, whatever that will balance our account here will be the depreciation, 780. Depreciation itakuwa ngapi hapo? Depreciation. Patia hiyo depreciation. Pata balancing figure hapo itakuwa ngapi hapo? Give me that depreciation. Depreciation hapo utapata ngapi? 1680. Somebody is getting a depreciation of 1680. I hope kila mtu anapata 1680. 1680. So unaona hii depreciation ndio unaletaga hapa. 1680. And we are adding it back. Adding it back. So tumetengeneza accumulated depreciation na property account. So can we go to plant now to check whether plant was they purchased plant, whether there was plant that was purchased. All right. I think easy pia hatutaki hizi. But we can have another account here known as disposal account. Kwa sababu plant walifanya nini? Wali disposal. This debit, this credit. Debit, credit. Now, let's go direct to our not property but plant now. Now, plant is an asset. So it has a debit balance. Now check. check what is our balance that was brought down for our plant. Now we are under plant, tafadhali. We are under plant. Balance brought down. Angalia additional information. We had 75,600. 75,600. Then kwa disposal hapa tuko na cost. Cost of disposal ilikuwa 18,200. Hizi vitu unaziweka concurrently. Lazima ziende concurrently. So 75,600. Balance carry down hapa. Balance carry down hapa ilikuwa ngapi? 93,800. 93,800. So accumulated depreciation kwa plant, balance that was brought down, zima ziende concurrently. Brought down ngapi? 23,000, yeah? 23,000. 23,000. Balance carry down. Carry down ilikuwa 34,300. 34,300. 34,300. 34,300. Haya, concurrently. Is there a revaluation of plant? Are we given information regarding revaluation of plant? Are we given any information regarding revaluation of plant? Isipokuwa ile disposal. Kuna anything wametupatia kweli? Kuna anything wametupatia? Kuna anything wametupatia hapa kweli? Mi sioni. Sioni. I cannot see. So, in that regard, it's easier for me. It's easier for me to know that this was cost of my disposal. What was accumulated depreciation? From accumulated depreciation, we get what? We get 2,300 or 23. Is it 1,000? Yeah, 23,000 from our accumulated depreciation. Then remember there was we have disposal here. From disposal account, kuna e amount 18. The cost was 18,200. The cost was 18,200. You ask yourself, from our disposal to dispose nini? Tuliuza an item was 5110. Ndio hii. Ndio ile 5110. So you balance your disposal account. Can you balance your disposal account here? First of all, how do we know the valuation in the SOP was for property and not for property and equipment? A good question. Let me see. Liberation reserve. Okay, in most cases you find that here they did not specify. It's a nice question. I'll repeat that. It's a nice question. They did not specify, but when you look at additional information, number 2, we can see now they mentioned plant. So in most probably the evaluation was for plant and building. It was for not plant and building, land and building. Evaluation was for land and building. Remember, property stand for what? Property stand for land and building. Remember, land is revalued upward, right? In most cases, land does not depreciate, right? In most cases, unaangalia yenye high depreciate. Land does not depreciate. Land is revalued. We revalue land. Kwa pamoja, Naomi? We revalue land. That's a very nice question. So, repeating for Princess Pale, pardon, accumulated depreciation. So, just check what we have there. Just check. Tuko nacho pale Princess. Under additional information ya plant. Are you there? Pale kwa plants. Accumulated depreciation, it has a credit balance. So the 2016 accumulated depreciation ukiangalia ilikuwa 23,000. And hiyo tumeweka 23,000. And then balance carried down ni 34,300. Sijui kama umeona hiyo. Aya, Sasa hatujamalizia hiyo accumulated depreciation yetu. Already balance tumeziweka, lakini kumbuka kwamba we need to check whether there was disposal which was remaining, disposal or depreciation for the year. A minute, I check something here. All right, let's look at, we are dealing with plant. Plant disposed of during the year ended that date, original cost of 18,200 and accumulated depreciation of 6,300. Now, I want you to look at during disposal, there was another accumulated depreciation. During disposal, kuna accumulated depreciation. Still, our accumulated depreciation has a value here. So during disposal, our plant ilikuwa na accumulated depreciation ya 6,300. During disposal, our plant had accumulated depreciation of what? 6,300. The disposal proceed amounted to 5,110. The disposal proceed amounted to what? To 5,110. Now, having that, are we able to get the depreciation, the balancing figure now? Are we able to get the balancing figure now? We'll try to get the balancing figure of this. Also for this. Of course, tukipata hapa pia balancing figure, hii itakuwa ikikuja hii side cost, naona hii already ni mingi, itakuwa loss on disposal hapa. Tupata hii kwanza ili tukuje tuweke hapa. Loss on sale of asset. Loss is subtracted, so we add here in this case. So nipatia hii kwanza. Why did we use 23,000 accumulated disposal? Why did you use 23,000 as accumulated disposal? Already we are given that. That is the balance brought down. Just check additional information, Sami, additional information under plant. Check 2016. Check 2016, the depreciation given there. Remember what we say, net book value is given by cost minus accumulated depreciation. And then we have cost here. Now accumulated depreciation, ili tupate net book value. So, wacha niwakumbushe hapa, net book value is equal to cost minus accumulated depreciation. Only that kukuambia ni accumulated depreciation. Kolil, tuko pamoja? Ndio maana we are using that. Tuko pamoja hiyo Kolil? All right. Now, rudia hapo kwa disposal. Kwa disposal sasa, disposal account, our cost is 18,200. And then, remember this disposal account, it must reflect the accumulated depreciation that was previously, that was not previously, but the one that we have, 9910 for disposal. Hiyo ni nini? Hiyo ni gani tumepewa hapo? Leo napatia the balancing figure. We shall look at it, balancing figure for disposal. So we are saying that this one, accumulated depreciation, is being borrowed from what? From accumulated depreciation account, the 23,000. No, as in why did we use it in the disposal account when it had no relationship with the disposed item? Disposed item had its own accumulated depreciation. All right. Sasa Hilda Motiso ameiweka in another way. Yes. Look at our accumulated depreciation. Whatever that we are bringing under this current accumulated depreciation account is the disposal or the accumulated of the plant. Accumulated depreciation of the plant. So for us to balance the disposal account, they are intertwined. They link to each other. Therefore, that's why we are bringing what? The balance that was the balance that was brought down from our accumulated depreciation account. The balance that was brought down from our, remember this was for the previous period. This was for the previous period, brought down. And then the carry down remain on its place. The carry down remain on its place. The carry down remain on its place. Carry down remain on its place. Okay, now I see where the problem is coming. Yes, I see where the problem is coming. Yes, this disposal account, whatever that we are bringing here is not the 23, yes? Yeah, it is this. Oops, sorry. Thank you, yes. It is not the brought down, but the from disposal, we had, yeah. Thank you so much, yes. Yeah, sio hii, ni hii. Na ndio maana sasa zinaingiana hivyo. Yeah. Good. Thank you. I can see you people, you are following. Can see you people, you are following. Can see you people, you are following. You're following. Good. Yeah, sawa. Yes, sure. Now let me see. All right. Do we have any other item here? Tuko na item ingine hapa kweli? I don't think we have any other. Now let's first of all balance this. Of course, now this side naona itakuwa mingi 18,200. So the balancing figure itakuwa ngapi hapa? 67,90. Of course, now this is loss on disposal. Yeah, thank you so much. Loss on disposal of 67,90. 67,90, and we added loss. If it could have been on the credit side, debit side, it could be the gain. It could be the gain on disposal. You're a great student. Aha. Let's now look at this. Balance for me this. In 93 already. So this side inaonekana iko na mingi. Give me the total here. So that we know whether they purchased other plant during the year. 112,000. So the balancing figure will be acquisition. Kama hakuna any other item yenye inatusumbua pale. So what will be the balancing figure hapa? Right. $36,400. We're getting $36,400. Okay. Is that the balancing figure, Joseph? Balancing figure $36,400. People are getting $36,400, I guess. Okay. George. $36,400. Tunapata maherufu hapa. Remove 3 zeros. Which is which? That's $6,400. So they acquired an item of plant worth that 6. So acquisition. Hapo ndio inakuwa noma sana of plant. Hapo ndio inafaa 36,400. Hapo ndio inakuwa noma sana. Sorry. So that is it. We are almost there. We are almost there. I think we are done. Nyingine mbaki. I think we are done. Any other item that will affect our accumulated depreciation in this case? Sioni kama kuna any other item. All right. I don't think. So when you balance our accumulated depreciation, unapata ngapi? When you balance our accumulated depreciation, unapata ngapi? Just look at what we have. So we have but for balance it, tuone. Balance our accumulated depreciation, tuone. 17,600 from George Lan. That is our accumulated depreciation. People are getting 17,600. 17,600. So that means plant iko another, we have another depreciation, eh? Another depreciation. So depreciation tuko na mbili, right? Kuna ile ya property na pia property imefanya nini? Imechangia pia 17,600. Tuko na hiyo pia. So this will be the depreciation ya plant. 17,600. So get the total on your end. So 17,600 still. Now here we shall be having depreciation of. So I can lab this one. Can lab impairment because we don't have impairment here. I can just lab impairment, and then this is also property, and then depreciation for what? Depreciation for plant. 17,600. You see, all this we are going to do what? We're going to add. We're going to add. Do we have any other item? We have any other item? So class, because I can see here we don't have any other item. So we did not have the gain. We did not have the gain here. Gain. We did not have the gain. So can you add me all these from here to pate here? Add me all those to pate our net cash flow from operating activity, because I can see that we don't have the gain here. Add for me all those. For me all those. Yeah. Oops, what's happening here? So, all right. So add for me, we get net cash flow from operating activities. Operating activities. Net cash flow from operating. How much are you getting? How much you have been waiting? Just give me that. Tupate hiyo. 37,207. People are getting 37,207. 37,207. 37,207. 37,207. Everyone is getting 37,207. 37,207. All right. All right. Okay. Looking at a certain figure here. Was our balance brought down 23,000 or 23 something? Just looking at that. For the accumulated depreciation of a plant. Just recheck that. Recheck that again. When tuliandika ikiwa nini, it was 23,000. 23,000. Okay. And people are getting that. What is the total here? Can you give me, just give me the totals here so that you're able to look at it. 4,600, 4,600, that's the total. 600. Okay, people are giving me 4,600. Okay, all right. $4,600. All right. So. I'm checking, just check whether we had any other item affecting our accumulated depreciation. Accumulated depreciation of plant. Right. Check additional, not additional information, but okay, share premium, accumulated profit. Sawa. Do you see any other item that is affecting our profit here? Not profit, but accumulated depreciation of this plant, 23,800. Oops. 23,800. We can see. Move aside. As we check this. Okay. I want you to look at there is a disclaimer here. Can you check? 75. We are under plant. Additional information under plant. Can you check 75,600 minus 23,000? What are you going to get? Minus 23,000. That means there's a figure that is not okay there. There's a figure that is not okay. I think there was a mistake. Just check 75,600 minus 23,000. Utapata nini? What are you going to get? Taka tuangalia hapo vizuri so that we get our actual this one. See, haikuwa 23. Haikuwa 23. Yes, you see, that is what they got there. No. Now we need to get the actual. Now can you take 75,600 minus what you are getting? 75,600 minus what you are getting? 75,600 minus what you are getting? Tuone tunapata ngapi? Tuone hapo iko shida kidogo. We need to correct that. And what are we getting? 75,600 minus Joy amepata 23,200. Okay. 23,200. Kila mtu anapata hiyo kweli? 600 zinatoana ama? Hebu fanya vizuri tupate hapo. 75,600 minus whatever that you got there. Ai. Hapana. Iko shida hapo. Naona kama iko shida hapo. 23,800 exactly. The person who is getting 23,800 ako sawa. That is a mistake by the examiner. 23,800 and now we get what? We get our balancing. Can you now get the balancing? Yeah. You know, when there is a problem, hapo sasa kulikuwa na shida. There was a problem. Now give me the balancing. Depreciation yet, so it should not be that. Let's get the actual. Now give me the balancing figure now. Give me the balancing figure. It is always good to check. That is a mistake that maybe examiner made. So ukipatana na mistake kama hiyo kwa mtihani, tafadhali inua mkono usaidie wengine. Otherwise usipopata itakuwa tricky. So give me the balancing. How did you get? It's just there. Whatever that should be our accumulated depreciation brought down is 23,800. Just check immaculate. Ukiangalia what we are getting 52,600, hiyo ndio itakuwa result ya 75,600 ukitoa ukitoa our accumulated depreciation. So when you go back, ukiifanya back, utapata the 23,800 ndio ilikuwa accumulated depreciation. Immaculate Nabila ama ni immaculate. Can you try to go back and check? Just find the accumulated depreciation. Find the accumulated depreciation. So if you take 75,600 utoe 23, It is not adding up to 51,800 hapana. So we getting now depreciation is 16,800. Thank you. Thank you. So this is 4,600. So it's always good to sijui kama mlinote hiyo, Of course hiyo ilikuwa mistake ya examiner. Now I think now unaweza ongeza tupate our net. Haya, sawa, asante. So let's now get our net. Sijui hapa tutafanya nini, but unaweza tumia whatever that you had, alafu ufanye ma abracadabra yako hapa. Ama uifanye tu yote. Ufanye tu yote. Fanya abracadabra. So I hope sasa kila mtu akona hii, akona hii. Sasa sawa, nipatie hiyo net cash flow from operating activity. Net cash flow from operating activity. Net cash flow from operating activity. 36,407. Now nataka kila mtu anipatie chenye anapata 36,407. People are getting 36,407. Now I want to get a variety of answers so that at least now we are at the same page. 36,407 is what I'm getting from George. Naweza andika yeah, 36,407. 36,407. Now that is our net cash flow from cash. So hapa pia hakuna kitu kingine tunaweka. Let's get the net cash flow from investing activity. I like that question at least. It has opened our eyes kabisa. Hiyo swali inafai kufungue macho kabisa. So give me that. Then we go to cash flow from operating financing activity. Hey, hapo ni moto hapo ni moto. Make sure that you do more exercise, more practice. Aya, nipatie net ya our investing. Malizane na net ya investing. Hapo ni moto kabisa. So hiyo swali kama watu hawakuona hiyo wakati ule kwa 2017, yes. Ilikuwa noma kabisa. 47,390, 47,400. Okay, 47. Lazima tukue na 90 mahali. Kuna ka10 mahali hapa. Lazima kuwe na 90 mahali. Kuna ka10 mahali. 47,390. 47,390. Na bila which is a negative. 47,390. 47,390. 47,390. Asante. Then we go to now the last part. The last part is easy. We look at under our equity section. So tunaangalia shares. Let's check what is happening to our shares. We don't have additional information regarding the shares. So let's check. So everyone is getting 47,390, which is a negative. Shares. At the start we had 35,000. At the end tuko na ngapi? 45,500. So that means tukiangalia pesa venye kunafanyika kwa pesa yetu inakuwa mingi. So there was issue of share, issue of share ya ngapi? Issue of share ya ngapi? Kuna issue of share ya ngapi? Difference, hiyo difference, issue of share. Issue of share. Then nipatie hiyo difference. Hiyo difference. Then tuangalie share premium. Mwanzo tulikuwa na 19. So increase in share premium. Increase in share premium. Aya, nipatie hiyo issue of share, hiyo difference. Mwanzo tulikuwa na 35, halafu ika increase. So that means to issue tukapata more money. So unapata difference ya ngapi? Kwa share, angalia under equity section, hapo ndio tuko sasa. Equity and non-current ndio. Non-current ndio tuna sort hii. 10.5. Increase of increase. Nipatie hiyo increase ya our share premium. Share premium ili increase hapa. Ili increase na ngapi? Unaangalia hiyo difference. So hapa kuna ingine nilikuwa nataka kuangalia kama ita work. You take the C minus O hapa kwa equity. C minus O itafanya. C minus O inaweza fanya. C minus O. Hapa C minus O itafanya. But you need to be very keen. You need to be very keen. So 71, still it's an inflow. 71.33. Then we check What else do we have now here? Tuko na loan, non-current. Non-current hapa. Yeah, we have this non-current. Tunataka tuone hii loan. Mwanzo walikuwa na 23,100. Alafu mwisho wako na ngapi? 16,100. Hao watu wamefanya nini? C minus O? Closing minus? Ama unaangalia what is happening to that loan. Wamelipa ama wameongeza loan. So C minus O, 16,100 minus what we had at the start. So hiyo loan yetu walilipa loan ya ngapi? Loan paid. Loan paid. Walilipa loan ya ngapi? Walilipa. Mwanzo walikuwa na mingi sana, lakini sasa wakalipa ya 7,000. And then tuko na accumulated profit. Unaona accumulated profit hiyo? Accumulated profit will help us to, is it shall we use that really? Let me check. Yes, we have accumulated profit here, by the way. It's like retained profit. So we need to check whether itatusaidia kupata nini. Niliwaambia hii profit inaweza tusaidia kupata nini? Itasaidia kupata nini? The dividend paid. So let's check. Aya. Brought down ya profit ni ngapi? Brought down, wanaita accumulated profit. Brought down ni ngapi? Ya itatusaidia kupata dividend paid. Brought down ni ngapi? Brought down ni ngapi? So we can have an account here. So maybe retained profit account. So this credit, this debit. We say that E in a fall whereby we have balance brought down on the credit side. So brought down nikiangalia ilikuwa 3,800. Carry down, balance carry down class, we had 4852. And then income statement tunaangalia kama tuko nayo ilikuwa 10,052. Retained profit for the year 10,052. Alafu unajiuliza kwamba walilipa ngapi? Na hiyo itakuwa dividend paid. So tupatie total ya hii, alafu tutoe hii, alafu tupate an amount of dividend. Already somebody amepatia pale 17,752. Haya, Naomi. Naomi naona ni kama amefanya kila kitu. Haya, acha tuone dividend paid ni ngapi? Acha tuone dividend that was paid here. Dividend paid. Mnapata ngapi? Are we not using before tax? Let me see. We not using before tax profit. Hapana, unatumia ile retained. Yeah. Umetumia before tax, unatumia hiyo retained. Sijui utapata ngapi hapo. Niangalieni hapo dividend. 0. Hop. Hapa. Aya, takuwa 0. Hii ni 30, hii ni 40. 852. Aya, takuwa 0. We. Unless there's a what have I used? Profit after tax. No. We had the dividend. We were told of dividend pale. Sijui kama mnaona dividend zenye zilikuwa kwa whatever. Dividend ya income statement jameni. Hapa hata tumepewa dividend pale. Oops. It's not adding up here. Yes, tuko na dividend kwa income statement ya 7,700. So hii dividend ya 7,700 sasa tunaiweka halafu tuone kama cannot go that way. It cannot go that way. Dividend already tuko nayo hapa. But we need to confirm whether it was the actual. Kumbe walilipa yote aji. And did they pay the whole of it? Let's check. Wacha tuangalia hapa kuna dividend pale kumbe. Haya. 17,500 10,052. So ukifanya hivyo inapatia 0 dividend in soft. Kuna dividend in soft. Okay. No. What are we using? We can now use this other way. Let's not use the retained profit because already nimeona kitu pale. Nimeona kwamba tuko na dividend kwa proposed dividend they had proposed. Na wata capture hii. So balance that was brought down was 4,200. Asanti. And then the balance carried down ni ngapi? 4900. 4900. Sasa kwa income statement itakuwa 7700. Haya, wacha tuone hii sasa. Haya. Aha. Aha. Nipatia hiyo sasa. If we use before tax profit, we will confirm dividend paid. Or even that one will it will confirm, eh? Okay, we shall use it before tax, eh? Tuone kama tuta confirm. So if I look at this, itanipatia nini? Something to do with 900. Itakuwa 11,900. Sasa watu wanasema hapa ni 700. So kuna njia tumepewa hapo. Haya, pardon that working. Haya, sawa. So tumesema kwamba tumeangalia pale kwa current liability, tukakuta kwamba kuna nini? Kuna dividend, proposed dividend. So dividend is an expense, of course. No, it fall under equity, right? It fall under equity, and it has a credit balance. So the balance that was brought down is 4,200. Then balance carried down is 4,900. Income statement paid, the one that they're saying they paid is 7,700. And somebody is saying that ukitumia before tax utapata. If we use before tax profit, we will confirm dividend. Okay, sawa. So always okay, you can go and confirm that using the retained profit. You use the retained profit and see whether you're able to come up to it. So they paid dividend of 7,000. Thank you, Asante. Sikuwa nimeona hiyo ya kwa current liability, dividend paid 700. Now we can get net cash flow from financing activity. At least this question is opening eyes mahali ya activities. So nipatie hiyo, just give me that. Itakuwa ngapi? Hey, hii swali ilikuwa mzuri kabisa. I hope you are marking. Remember, this was assignment. I hope you are marking. At the end utatuambia umepata ngapi, at least tick. Umepata tick ngapi? So nipatie hiyo. Tuone utapata ngapi. How much are we getting as the nets? Hiyo itakuwa negative. Probably no. Not negative, but something small. Itakuwa kitu kidogo. With that. Give me net 36, 33. 36, 33. Higher. Is it not negative, eh? If you use profit after tax, dividend paid is 7,700. That means hiyo sasa ukitumia hiyo profit after tax shida, that means hapo kuna kashida kidogo, na ndio maana walitupatia nini? Walitupatia the proposed dividend to be paid, right? Sasa ukiangalia sasa kwa income statement, that 77 ndio iko pale. So it was not the actual. The actual was 7,000. 7,000. So let's get now net changes. Hey, the question was nice. In cash and cash equivalent. So here class unaleta hiyo na hile. Unapata net changes hapa. Haya, patia hapo. Pata net changes. This one, that. Unapata nini? That was a very nice question. Engaging one. Achukua 36,407 minus 47,390 plus 36,33. What are you getting? Niambie unapata nini pale? Tell me what you are getting so that you're able to proceed. Haya. Watu wanapata 7350, kila mtu anapata 7350. 7350, kila mtu anapata 7350, which is a negative, right? Negative 7350, 7350. Everyone is getting that? Let me do it also. Hapa mtu huwa anakosea. Hii ni positive, so I have to start with addition. 3647 plus 3633. 3633. Then that minus 47390. Yes. Yeah. Mbona tunapata tofauti? We are getting different. Mbona? Naomi anapata 6550. My total for operating activity is 37. 207. 3727. Okay. 7350. Okay, tuliadjust hapa kidogo kwa kuna ile shida, kulikuwa na hiyo error 73. Sasa hiyo error kulingana na huyu examiner unaweza kuta inatu affect kupata kubalance hii. But nevertheless, wacha tuendelee tuone. Add cash and cash equivalent inaweza tu affect, but hakuna shida, bora upate nini concept brought down. Cash and cash equivalent brought down, tulisema unaenda kwa current asset, unaangalia kuna short term thing, kuna bank. Sasa hapa naona kama kuna bank peke yake. Mnaona bank, the balance that was brought down ni bank 8400. Change depreciation. Yeah. You make sure that your depreciation is 16800. Hapo ndio kulikuwa na shida kwa swali yenyewe. So 8400. Hatuna nini class? Hatuna nini? Hatuna bank overdraft. Kama tungekuwa na bank overdraft, tungechukua hiyo 84 tutoe bank overdraft. Hatuna. So this in this case now get the cash and cash equivalent balance carried out. Balance carried out. So what are we getting? Tupate hiyo. In our case inafaa kuwa yenye iko pale sasa kwa 2017. 2017 nikiangalia iko ngapi pale? 1050. Inafaa. Wow. Hata imekuwa sawa. 1050. Wow. Now when you look at what you have as a cash balance at the 2017 year, cash balance at 2017, I hope you are able to see this. So with the mistake, we could not have gotten that. Now class, when we consider cash flow, have you understood? When we consider, as far as cash flow is concerned, are you somewhere? Kitu muhimu ni kujua hapa. Hapa ndio maneno inakuwa mingi. So make sure that you practice. Remember, practice make what? Make perfect. Practice make perfect. Practice make perfect. Why can't I get more yes? If you are comfortable, and you promise to do more practice. Let me get more yes if you are comfortable. It is not hard, by the way. Ukikuja hapa CO, tumia CO hapa, by the way. Hapa. Hapa hizi hadi kwa loan hapo. Hapa kuja create an account. Have a T account. Then vitu zingine ni just mswaki. You just need to master the format. I'm happy that even Esther amepata ako pamoja na sisi, challenging kiasi. Yes, unaona hapa ndio maneno inakuaga, but never struggle so much. Remember, whatever that is being marked ni entry. At correct entry is being marked. Therefore, hata hapa usipopata zote, and we're not looking at perfection, by the way. We're not looking at perfection when marking this thing. We're not looking at perfection. We don't even mark this. Hii toto ya nini, hapana. Kitu yenye iko na marks hapa ni hii peke yake hapa. Hiyo. Na unajua kupata hiyo. So we just mark entry. So kama umemiss hapa 2 na swali ilikuwa marks 20, that means utapata 18. 18 is good for you. 18 is good for you. Hapo hata ukiangalia ndio tumetake long time. Tumetake most of the time hapo kwa PPA. So make sure that you practice. Yeah, more practice. Hapo kwa PPE, hapo kwa hapa kwa non-current. Unaona ina deal na non-current asset. Kujua kwamba walinunua ama waliuza. Walinunua ama waliuza. Hapo do more practice na utapata kwamba once you do more practice, it will be easier for you to understand. So out of 20, I think hii ilikuwa imepeanwa marks 14, but mimi naipatia 20. Out of 20 umepata tick ngapi? Out of 20. How many ticks? Najua ulifanya hii swali. Najua ulifanya. There's somebody kwanza alituma inbox. Haya, sema ulipata ticks ngapi? Ngapi? Collect. Ati sasa hapa sawa, inajua kila mtu anaweza pata huku. Hapa najua inaweza kuwa challenge kidogo. Hapa kwanza amukuona hiyo mistake. Nani aliona hiyo mistake? Should be very keen to the, hata hapa ingekuwa noma. Hapa sawa. Huku nayo ni mswaki. Hata hii niliwaonyesha. Hiyo haina maneno. Hapa nayo noma. Mlijua hii mngejua, but hapa ingekuwa noma kidogo. Hapa ni direct, hapa ingeshida kidogo, and then hapa ungepata. Nani amepata ticks ngapi? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Nikwambie ungepata tuliona, lakini bahati mbaya got it right. Wow. Haya. You got it right by mistake. Okay. That is very nice. Hata kwa mtihani unaweza kuta Mungu anasaidia, unaweka transaction. Kuna kitu tunaangalia tunashindwa, mwanafunzi amepata aje hii? Kumbe ni Mungu amesaidia. Hata kwa mtihani Mungu huwa anasaidia watu wake. Unaona Hida Mutiso amepata, but by mistake. But now Hida, I know now you are able to do it without mistake. I missed only dividend page 77 and final figure. Wow. That is very nice. And that is encouraging. Now, for the dividend paid hapa, just check kama tuko na kwa current liability. Angalia kama kuna kitu. Kama kuna kitu, wachana na retain earning. Retain earning itakumisread. Hiyo yangu ni part ya depreciation. Okay, sawa. Good. Let's keep on working on cash flow. I think the last year past paper ziko na some cash flow hivi, and then tutafanya what? I got what now we got. Okay. I think hiyo tu nini kidogo tu, failed on property acquisition only. This is good. And you feared to share your work in the group. When you share, you encourage others to at least do something, and also you remind them. Unajua kazi iko mingi, watu wako very busy, so when you share, at least you remind somebody, kulikuwa na assignment jameni na sijafanya. So it's always good to 8 ticks on it. You got 8, and the question ilikuwa na marks ngapi? 14. Ni mimi naipatia 20 because ilikuwa technical. This was a technical question, so the question had 14 marks. You know what? We do mark and we say any 10 unapatia marks zote. Any 10 unapatia marks zote. So hiyo yako ungepata marks kama 12. Hivyo tu. Kama mtu mwenye sasa amepata hizi zenye maybe uongeze hapa kidogo, hiyo swali anapata marks zote. So let's keep on practicing, and don't fear to share your work in the group. Don't shy. Remember, your platform is there for you. It's there to assist you to achieve what? To achieve what you expect at the end of the day. That platform is for us. That platform is for us. So class, I think that is marking the end of that section, the end of that section. It is already 6:40 here. If I introduce another topic here, it will take us long to I think the best thing to do, I just release you and then give you an assignment and a cash flow. Then once we meet on Wednesday, we shall be starting on the farm account. We see how farmers are supposed to prepare what? Their financial statement. So farm account. You can just have the heading. I know you have the extra book. We say that you should have the extra book for assignment. You should have the extra book for assignment. You can see people are just really working hard. Please do not stop working hard. Do not stop practicing. Do not stop practicing until that day we sit for that paper. So you can have this as your next topic, farm accounts. Wonder how farmers do prepare their what? Their financial statements. How farmers do prepare their financials. So on Wednesday, that is where we shall start. So I'll find some question and a cash flow. You go and attempt. And then once you attempt, remember entry matters. Entry za moja, mbili, tatu, ukipata collect. That's a milestone. Are we meeting on Wednesday? Yes. Sindio. Ama nimekosea. Today is when? Wednesday is, okay. Naona kama leo ni Monday. Sijui bona naona leo kama ni Monday. Yes, Sammy, thank you. It is Thursday. So utakuwa na leo kufanya your assignment, tomorrow and then on Thursday tutaona vile tutafanya. So let's meet at that time. For those who are doing FM, we meet tomorrow. Otherwise, thank you so much for having time to attend our today's class. I hope you gained something. It was not in vain. I hope you gained something. Do you have 2023 deck? All the papers. Unaona hiyo link iko kwa our